to Community Recovery, where every setback is a set up for a comeback, and where God delivers you from every hurt, habit, and hang-up.
Hello, this is Coach Mike for Step Up. Glad you could be with me today. Sorry I missed you guys for the past 3 to 4 weeks. Been taking care of a lot of business, been going to different places, but the most interesting one was Washington, D.C. When I was there taking care of your business at home here, I noticed that there's a lot of tightness going on. So what I'm saying is it was kind of dark. So, in recovery, we bring the light in. So we got a lot of recovery work to do there, okay? So let's talk about vulnerability, okay? I was speaking in my class Tuesday. We was talking about this, and I think this is a good idea to talk about it today for everybody listening and looking. This came from, the speech I'm going to talk about today came from Brené Brown. This is adapted from her book, Daring Greatly, one of my favorite books. And matter of fact, when I got to got a chance to work for Pine Rest, that was one of the first books I received and they gave to me. I still got the book today and I still read it. So let me take a little something out of it. Here we go. And also, Daring Greatly is adapted from a speech delivered by President Teddy Roosevelt from 1910. Okay, so here it goes. It is not the critics who count, not the man who points out the strong man's stumbles, or where doers or deeds could have gone before them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without errors and shortcomings. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows the great enthusiasm, the great devotions? Who spend himself a worthy cause? Who at the best knows at the end of triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be closed or cold and timid, dealing with souls, who neither know victory or defeat. To dare greatly is to be vulnerable. Now let's talk about vulnerable, okay? Vulnerable is the core, the heart, and the center of meaningful human experience. Allowing ourselves to be vulnerable is the way to achieve wholeheartedness, okay? Wholeheartedness living is the key to happiness and serenity. Wholehearted people believe in their worthiness. There are 10 guideposts of wholeheartedness and what to let go of. Now, I'm going to talk about these 10, but before I do that, I want to talk about another thing, and it's take time. Because, see, I learned something. We dare greatly, but we always fall back. We shouldn't fall back, people. No, we should continue to move forward. We need to move forward. Now, if your eyes closed, open them up. Because, when your eyes are closed, it's dark. I'm always talking about the light, and I'm always talking about love. Those are the two important keys in recovery, the light and moving forward. Now, I talk about love a lot because you get blessed by love. See, God wants you to be blessed. He's not going to bless hate. Oh, he ain't going to do that at all. Because God is a man of love, is a spirit of love. No matter what has happened in your past, no matter how many stupid things you've done or how many bad decisions you've made, you are still worthy of absolution, still worthy of the chance to move on, still worthy of forgiveness, still worthy of a new beginning, still worthy of hope, encouragement, and compassion. Now, I know we have a lot of problem on today. I told you I was in Washington. When I had to speak to close to about 800 and something people in the crowd, I had to speak. And this is one thing I did tell them, and a few people remembered this because it stayed with them. Wherever there's a problem, there is a solution. Wherever there's a problem, there's a solution. But here's the other thing. We are not the problem. We are the solution. Recovery, it's a solution. It's a solution. Cultivating authenticity. Authenticity. Letting go of what people think. We need to let go of what people think. Me personally, I don't care what people think about me. All that matters is what God does for me and do to me. That's what matters. Cultivating self-compassion. Letting go of perfectionists. We're not perfect. I am not perfect. I stumbled. I failed. I got up. And I seen the light because I kept moving forward. And right to this day, I'm still not perfect because I can fall. But if I fall, best believe, like Smart Recovery says, get back up and move on and look at the lesson, what you have learned in that lesson. See, people tend to forget relapse and lapse. That is another step. But you don't want to continue to make that step, as some of us do. I was one of them. Cultivating a resilient spirit, letting go of numbness and powerlessness. You have power. I always tell people, you have power, you just don't use it. Don't be numb to the power. Open up yourself. Feel the power. Feel the love. Feel the recovery. You have power. You don't have to be numb. Cultivating gratitude and joy, letting go of scarcity and fear of the dark. Well, hey, what I'm going to tell you now? I'm telling you, move forward to the light. You don't have to be in the dark. And also, don't look behind you because there's nothing there. Don't look beside you because there's nothing there. It's always in front of you. The light is on if you keep moving. Okay. Cultivating intuition and trusting faith. Letting go of the need of certainties. Well, you know, all I need is God. And he showed me that. He showed me that. One thing I learned about man, they give you something, they'll take it away. God gives you something, it's yours to keep for life. He wants to give you a life. If you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug addict, if you're a sex fiend, if you are a gamaholic, and all those other abusive, crazy things, well, guess what? God wants to work with you. He wants to be with you. He wants to clean you up. He wants to brush off the dust. And he wants you to move forward. I don't need certain things in my life. I got rid of that. All I need is the light in God and plenty of love. Cultivating creativity. Letting go of compromising or comparison. I'm not like the next person. I don't compare myself to any other person because God only made one Michael. He only made one. And we on earth do not supposed to be serving all these images and all this other crazy stuff that's going on. We're supposed to serve one. And I'm telling you, LOVE and loving him, that's a major blessing. Believe me, I get blessed every day because I show the love that he gave me to others. Cultivating calm and stillness, letting go of anxiety as a lifestyle. Now, who would like to live with anxiety? Well, there's a lot of people do. I don't. I don't like anxiety. Anxiety has cousins and friends. Anxiety hangs out with fear. Fear hangs out with, depression, schizo, all those other bad names. That's what you get. Cultivating play and rest, letting go of exhaustion as a status symbol, and productivity as a self-worth. I'm very productive. I like other people to be productive. I like to help other people with their lives and their career. And that's what recovery does. You know, I help a lot of people. I don't ask for nothing. Because see, when a person comes in front of you and you see worth in them, it did say about worth. Right here, cultivating play and rest, letting go of exhaustion as a status symbol and productivity as self-worth. You're worthy. A lot of people are worthy of recovery. Letting go. Cultivating meaningful work, letting go of self-doubt and supposed to. Self-doubt. I never doubt God. Never. Never. That's why I'm blessed. I know what he can do. He showed me when I was dying. Picked me up, cleaned me up, and moved me on. 30-something years, 40-something years ago. Cultivating laughter, song, and dance. Letting go of being cool and always being in control. I'm never in control. God's in control. Well, let me say something this. I am here to my family. When I say family, on both sides and all the way around, I got a pastor that can tell you that one. But anyway, I like people. I love people. I don't want to control anybody's life. I'm not in control of anybody's life. I can't make you or anybody else do something they don't want to do. It's not me. But if God has ordained you to do the work he wants you to do before you leave this earth, you better do it. Or you'll know about it when you get there. We don't like being vulnerable. It means we feel we have to manage our feelings and we may have to experience upset. To avoid vulnerability, we disengage and disconnect and put up our shields. We have an exit plan, a way out in the event that we might have emotions to sort through. Vulnerability has failed us in the past, but we don't want to experience that pain again. But vulnerability is the way to connect and engage with others. This connection and engagement is the key to our survival. We can no longer hide our addictions to escape and avoid social contact. We have to put ourselves out there and believe we're worthy. We have so much to offer, and the more we offer, the more we accept vulnerability. I have to offer you a lot. I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. Now, with that says, I want to bring up a young lady that I'm working with. I'm taking the time through Generation Recovery to move her forward. She's interesting. I would say interesting. She's very smart, very skilled, and talent. And when you see talent, you need to use that talent. God brought her to me. Well, let's put it back. Let's take this back. A couple years ago, her mom was talking about her and how she can do this and help. I always wanted to meet her. Finally met her. I met her a couple years ago, and she did not know that I was watching her, through her mom, to do things. I've heard of her. Now I finally have her here with me. So I want to introduce you, Justine. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So tell the audience a little bit about you, please.
My name is Justine Johnson, and I just turned 28 years old on March 12th. I am a child of 5 total, so I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. And right now I'm living with my mom, and pretty soon I'll have my own place, so that's pretty exciting.
Okay. And what is your goals in life?
My goals?
Your goals. What do you want to do in life?
I want to help other people. Because I have a heart for it because I didn't really have anyone to help me. So I know what it feels like to not have somebody. So I want to be that person for other people. Because everyone needs a friend, no matter who you are, your race, your age. everyone deserves to have a friend, and like a friend like Jesus with unconditional love.
Okay, sorry about that. Um, your interest in helping people. Why do you want to help people? What gave you that feeling, that thought? What motivates you to want to help people, especially in the cycle of homelessness and recovery?
Probably my mom, because she lives downtown, so she's always helping other people. So I get that from her, and then also my dad. He was really big when we went to church when I was growing up. He used to do puppet shows for people, like adults with special needs. So I got that caring side, and then my mom, she's more like my fearless side. And then I got God.
Okay, great, great. Is there anyone or anybody in your family or person out there that you would really like to see get a lot of help and be touched by God?
My brother Jacob, he struggles with addiction. So I just want him to be clean, and he says he's off, but I'm still new to people that do it and how it affects you and what it looks like when you're coming off and detoxing. So it's hard to tell the difference if he's clean or not clean, because I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how that works.
You been to a couple smart recovery meetings. What do you like about it and what do you don't like about it?
I like that everyone has a different story and everyone's addictions are different but in the same, because everyone struggles with stuff, but then in the class we're able to like open up and discuss and relate to one another, even though our addictions might be different. They're all still addictions. So, and I wish, but I know it's hard that they were longer, because there's just a lot of stuff to talk about and not enough time to do it. So,
Have you ever been addicted?
probably to men would probably be one of them. And in the way of like finding someone that loves and cares about you unconditionally. But then I started going to church more and realizing that you don't gotta find it through men, that you can find it through God. And if you have a supportive family, you get it from your family. Also, people that aren't your family that are adults can actually help you with that too, like mentors, life coaches, counselors, just different people like that.
So understanding that you're going to be working in the healthcare field, you are probably going to start off as a receptionist. So you're going to be the first line of people coming in to get help. How do you feel about that in your new venture? How do you feel about that?
I hope that when they see me, they get like relief and comfort, because I'm good at being a good friend to people. So hopefully they can see that kind of like shine through me. So when they come in, they know this is a safe place and they're going to be okay. And then the next step is us helping them and God kind of helping them at the same time.
Okay, great. Let me give you a quick scenario. A person comes in, smells real bad, coughing, and not wearing a mask or anything, but comes right in direct line to you. What would you do?
Like comes up to my face.
What would you do?
Maybe tell them to back up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but like in a nice way, not like move out of my way. I'd just be like, could you please take a few steps back and then talk to them?
Good answer. Good answer. That's what I was looking for. Because some people say, well, I don't think I want to maybe work with them or help them, but that's a good good way to help a person. I like that. Do you think about the past a lot?
I try not to, but I feel like everyone's guilty of it. But what helps me is like my dad will tell me that like life's like a car and you got to keep moving forward. And when you look in your rearview mirror, you're looking at the past, and the past is the past. So he likes to say, the past is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. And that's why I live in the presence, because every day is a gift like a present.
And your dad is right.
Yeah.
He's right. And I look at it that way too. The present is always a gift. Your past is your knowledge. Your past is your power, actually, because you learned everything from your past. You can't bring your past into the present, but you can always say, the past helped me to be here in my present so I can find out what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. Like motivation, instead of letting it take over with stress, anxiety that, you know, you're never going to be good enough because of your past, but you could use that as motivation to propel you forward, because you're like, look where I was and look how far I've come. God chose you for a reason.
Yes, yes. Well, when I was announcing you to come up, I believe God put you with me for a reason through your mom, because your mom, like I said a couple years ago, was telling me about you and how, you know, you would like to get help and stuff. And when she brought you,
Yeah.
I remember the little red stuff you had in your hair.
Yeah.
And
I
now
have a
look at
normal
you.
hair color now. This is more my natural hair color. So.
It looks nice. So, Daring Greatly, have you read that before? It's a good book. Like I said, it was one of the first books I got when I started working in this field with Pine Rest, and it's really, really good. I like that. Now, I think that's the only book I read by. I read by her. You have any boundaries?
I'm learning them.
Oh, she's learning boundaries. She's learning boundaries. Because you did talk about men. You said you had addiction to men. Why?
Because I feel like I want unconditional love. Because that's what I give, but then you can't expect someone to give it back to you, because the only person that is in control is yourself and God. So if you think that if you give enough love out, they're going to give it back to you, not every person is the same. And, you know, everyone was raised differently, has different morals, thinks differently, everyone has different brains. So you could think you're helping that person, but maybe you're enabling them, because maybe there's lessons they need to learn, and maybe only God can teach them that. So sometimes I'm learning, like, with men, like, you know, you got to step back and let Jesus take the wheel and just, you know, and I honestly want to find, like, somebody that's more involved in church and believes in God, because I feel like that's important morals. I don't think I've ever dated anyone like that, or they pretend to be a believer. So that's different. I didn't realize that as I'm learning, people can use God as a way of manipulation for you to trust them. But, you know, if you just use your eyes and ears, you can figure out who's really on some, you know, BS.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So let me ask you this before we close up. Do you have any words out there to the young ladies of your age and beyond? Anything that pops in your mind to let them know that, hey, this has happened, but you can get over that? Is there any words you can give to those ladies in our audience?
I feel like first, you come first, and God, hand in hand. So if I feel like if you have more love in yourself, if you love yourself, then you can love others. And then you also got God on your back, so he's there to support you. So I feel like boundaries and stuff all go hand in hand. When you love yourself and you have faith in God, you know, I feel like you can almost move mountains. So.
Yes, you can move mountains. You know, we can move anything with God. We can do anything with God. I did my recovery work with God and still doing my recovery work with God, because it's his. He's the one handling it. I'm just a tool. But Generation Recovery, New Community, Pine Rest, all these places, Cherry Health, that's God's work. And what we see being done to his people, truly, God is mad. He's not happy at all. He's mad. Very mad. We got to get it together, people. We definitely got to get it together. A young lady, beautiful young lady like this, she's getting it together. She's getting her career going. And she has help. You can be helped. The same way Justine is being served, and she is moving forth. She's moving forth. She got a lot of help. First and foremost, she got God. She has God. And vulnerability. There it is. Move first. You. And here's the thing. People always saying, well, I'm coming here for my sister or my brother or my husband or my wife, my mom. Well, you in the wrong place. They need to be here. It's okay for you to sit down and listen and take it back, but they need to be here. They need to walk, to move forward.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink the water.
Exactly. Exactly. And here's the thing, Justine, she has a new position. She's going to be working with Samaritan as a receptionist. And she's going to be getting training to learn how to do smart recovery. And she will be trained to become a recovery coach. She's going to be doing also school work and also incarceration for women. She's going to be coming there helping them. Our program is already out there. Our program is already in places. We're just getting the people now. God brought me Justine through her mom. And she's getting ready to do amazing things. Amazing things. So you heard it first here. I want to thank you for being here with me, sharing the worth and helping people to understand that life is fun if you do it right.
And it's worth living.
Whoa, it's worth living. So I want to just close up and saying thank you. I will see you next week. And always step up, move forward. As Coach Baker Mike says, see you next week.
Welcome to Community Recovery, where every setback is a set up for a comeback, and where God delivers you from a hurt habit